What is up? This is your buddy Alert Wolf here to bring you another anime review. This time it's on Attack on Titan, episode 17, Female Titan, 57th Expedition Beyond the Wall, part 1. And I'm sorry, these titles are ridiculously long, and basically it's almost like its own little book and then its own chapters, but whatever. Alright, right into this episode. I loved this episode. Wow. This episode had me going for a holy shit moment. You know, story-wise, summary-wise, to say it out loud, it was pretty short, you know? But basically they go on their expedition. They get in the formations, and Armin is on the scout team, and so is some of the other rookies. And basically, green means safe, blue means danger, like Titan, to avoid, but black means aberrant, crazy Titan, unpredictable, and they have to kill those on the spots. And yellow means they're in serious shit and the main line is taking damage. Now, basically, we go through a couple of these Titans and, you know, blue, green, you know, all that shit. It goes by. One of our rookies, she the one who likes to eat a lot, she has a close call. And basically, we get down to 2 veterans and Armin. And the veterans take down the special Titan. And it was pretty badass. See, there's no buildings, no trees, so the 3D movement gear needs something to latch onto. So they latch onto the skin and they take it down. It was pretty, the aberration died. It was pretty awesome. And then a second aberration. This one bigger, stronger, faster, and a hot chick with no skin. A blonde chick. She is racing. And then these guys try to take her down, and she blocks the slice to the back of the neck and takes them out. I mean, the other guy's like, she blocked and he got eaten. Pretty gruesome. Now Armin's in trouble. She jumps over him, which knocks him off his horse. He thinks she's gonna eat him, and all she does is pull off his hood and see he has blonde hair and blue eyes like her, and she's like, ah, little flea, I go off running in the woods. And then all of a sudden Reiner shows up with Jean, gives him an extra horse. They start riding, and basically, you know, they start figuring things out. He's like, she's a human Titan, and she's leading the other Titans because they're attacking the rear behind them, because they see the yellow smoke, and like, we can't kill him, but we have to delay him. And they were all told different lies about where Eren was, and then Armin, being the tactical genius he is, figures out where he is would be the safest spot. You know, at the rear, the center rear. And he's like, well, we gotta warn him because she's headed right for Eren. Because she's after Eren because she's human. And so they decide, Jean rallies them and they decide to go in. And all 3 of these dudes, man, were in contention for MVP. You have Armin, the genius strategist, who's figuring all this out on the fly. You have Jean, the master motivator, motivating his men, stepping up and being a leader. And then we get to Reiner. Hold on. It's coming. It was so good. Then Reiner, alright, so they have a plan. Basically, right before they go off to attack this thing, they're like, well, if we can't go after the neck, but maybe the Achilles tendon, somewhere they're vulnerable that she wouldn't think to protect. Now Armin says, wear your hoods because it's looking for Eren, and it'll hesitate to kill us. And just then and there, their attack, she's just too good for them. Blocked. Armin is sent flying. Jean goes in, but he's flailing around trying to like find an opening, but there's none, and he knows he's gonna get it. When just then Armin like yells at her and yelling emotional shit at him, and that causes her to hesitate because she's like, what? And then also I forgot to mention this. Armin figures out that these special titans are leading the other titans, because they're all following her, running after the one other like her. And so, boss titans, you know what I'm saying? So, now, Reiner figures while she's distracted, he's going to try to kill her. And so he goes in for the kill, and she catches him midair. And she, like, squeezes him and rubs his face. And you see from this angle, pop, and a spray of blood. And you're like, everybody else is like, Reiner, no. But then here it comes. That holy shit moment. Reiner freaking cuts off her fingers and demolishes her hand. That's gonna be my that's what I'm using for the thumbnail for this video, because it was so badass, you know what, it blew me away how good it was. They managed to survive their encounter. They get out of there, but Armin notices that she's still running straight for Eren. And that's how the episode ends. And then we get scenes to the next episode, a Forest of Giant Trees, 57th Expedition Beyond the Walls 2. And in that one we see that, oh yes, she catches up with them. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. Woo! 5 out of 5. And I'll tell you why. It used only the supplementary characters. I mean, yes, Armin, if you want to count him as one of the main three, because he is. But out of the main three, he's the least main about him. You know what I'm saying? Out of the main three, he's more... No, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that because it's not true. But he's just out of the trio, he's the least badass. Let's put it that way. Mentally badass, but the least badass. So he's the less, I'm not going to say relevant because he's pulling his own. You know what? I'm going to just stop from that line of thought altogether. But he is the less actiony. There's the word I was looking for. That you would expect to have this great action sequence with. And Reiner stepping up to the plate, getting MVP. And it was a tough race between all three of them. I like them together as a unit. Getting the MVP and Jean as the audience. He speaks for the audience in this when he goes, I completely forgot, because of how ridiculously strong Mikasa is, that Reiner is pretty fucking badass. And there you go. There you go. So, having said all this, 5 out of 5. They used the supplementary characters, and then they delivered awesomeness, badassery, if you will, a holy shit moment with the B characters, basically. I mean, although they're pretty awesome. I'm putting them down as characters way too much, because obviously they can hold their own, and that's what I mean. They proved that these guys can hold their own without any of the other characters' involvement and deliver this. This is why, I may have given this a 4 or 4.5. I'm going to give it a 5 for that merit alone, for the combination of things. There you go. 5 out of 5. Great episode. amazing, awesome. Watch it if you haven't seen it. And that's enough out of me. So, click it up if you like it. Comment if you must. And please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is your buddy Alert Wolf signing out.